together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be here in a little bit, but we get a pretty good baseball slate on the card for today to go over. So we're not going to waste too much time here. We have a quick recap of what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong. It was another profitable day. Back-to-back days now in the black. Cubs team total over 4.5 and full game over were both winners. Rays minus 1.5, never in doubt. Totally didn't need. I think they scored 9 runs in the 8th inning, which was very, very nice. I doubled down on the Yankees thinking maybe that was the spot, and no, they just continue to lose. So I was wrong on that one. Toronto was an ugly push. They were up 3-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th, and Baltimore scores 2 runs in the 5th, which sucked. And then St. Louis was tied 1-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th, and the Pirates opened up for, I think, 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. That was a loser. The Mets team total over 4.5. That was definitely not the result we were hoping for, 3-2, because we also had the full game over 11, which didn't come anywhere close. But we ended off the night well. We won our last 4 plays. And I ended up adding 2 plays late where I split out 1 and 1 but made money. Boston, Houston over 8.5 was a winner. Seattle double up, first 5 and full game first 5 minus a half, full game -1 for me was a winner. I also had the Minnesota Twins first 5 money line. They ended up winning the first 5 but losing the full game. Then later in the day, I ended up adding the first 5 in the full game for the Cleveland Guardians, plus 175, plus 169. I lost the first 5 but won the full game. So that was nice to see at the end of the night there, the Guardians getting the job done there on a nice big plus price there. So overall 8-6-1 in the MLB yesterday, up 1.69 units. In the WNBA, 1 and 2 down 0.61 units. I lost both the unders I put out. Las Vegas, Atlanta under 166.5 was a loser. Dallas, Minnesota under 169 was a loser. I did win with the Sky -4. They took care of business there. So overall, yesterday 9-8-1, up 1.08 units. Overall in August, 178, 193, and 15. Still working on my way back up to the black there. It's been a rough month, but starting to look a little bit better here towards the end of the month. So back-to-back winning days, trying to make it 3 in a row. I've only moved on 1 game for today, and of course the lines already moved against me, which is fun. But we'll head over to the comments, and then we will get into today's slate. Wow. The Dodgers, I don't know, something that line told me that the Guardians are very live, and I ended up playing them late, and I'm glad I did. Fair. And then Tim leaving now, so he'll be here in about 20 minutes. Yo, what is good? Markel. We'll get it started here with the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals in this one here. The Cardinals are -120 road favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's get up the line history for this game. Got to switch from college football because doing college football stuff last night. There we go. We have Zach Thompson and Luis Ortiz. The line opened up at even money for the Cardinals. It has gone up to a 120. So a 20-cent line movement towards St. Louis here. The line opened up at a 10 at -115. It's down to a 9.5 at -1. Plus 102. So a move towards the under and a move towards St. Louis here, suggesting Thompson pitches well. Let's get into the cash flow in this game, where we have 73% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on St. Louis. The lines moved in that direction. It makes sense. 80% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the over in this game, and the lines actually moved towards the under, which tells me the under is probably a decent look in this game. Let's head over to Ballpark Pal, and we'll switch that over to the 23rd for today, where we have PNC Park at plus 4% runs, minus 10% home runs, plus 14% double triples, plus 3% singles. So slightly above average hitting conditions here for PNC Park in this game. Heading over to the pitching matchup here, where we have Luis Ortiz and Zach Thompson. I believe neither of these guys are going to go super far into this game. Zach Thompson, his last appearance, he did go 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs and 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 5 against the Mets in that 7-1 loss. And Luis Ortiz has not pitched in a hot minute. He has not pitched since giving up 6 earned runs, 9 hits, walking a batter, striking out 3 and 3 1/3 innings against the Dodgers. So I don't have any numbers on Luis Ortiz. And really, Thompson's going to be probably a 4 or 5 inning guy in this one here. Taking a look at what Thompson has done, though. 2.25 ERA, 1 whip, 11.25 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%, 1.13 walks per 9, a 300 BABIP, but a 2.77 FIP and a 2.36 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Pirates here, 3.73 FIP, 3.6 SIERA. Their bullpen's actually been pretty good. On the flip side, Zach Thompson, or the Cardinals bullpen, 3.86 FIP and a 3.80 SIERA. Hitting advantage going towards St. Louis here, 113 WRC plus, which is 8th compared to 108, which is 11th. I kind of feel like St. Louis could be the look in this game as well. I would look towards St. Louis early in this matchup. I don't think I would want to play a full game with them. That Pittsburgh bullpen is not something I particularly want to go up against right now, actually. So they're actually playing pretty well. So I'll probably look at the Cardinals here early, wow. That's a little bit of a difference in price. Minus 133 here for this Cardinals first 5 money line. I think I still want to play that. I want to see where the line is moved in this game for this first 5 in the spot because I feel like the line has moved. It opened up at a 133. It stayed at a 133. It opened up at a 5.5. It's down to a 5. So the line has moved down. I do think that an under could be a decent play here in this game as well. Both these teams are actually hitting a little bit, though, recently. So I'm kind of leaning Cardinals first 5 here, even at the minus 133 price tag. I think that there's enough of a pitching advantage here. Last thing we saw of Ortiz was pretty bad, and he hasn't pitched in a hot minute. I kind of want to fade him here. I'm going to do that with the St. Louis Cardinals first 5 at minus 133. Pitt money line. Pitt has won 5 in a row versus St. Louis. I just took the first 5. I don't trust Ortiz. Pass. Running away from this. Oh, yes, I am. Morning, Nick. Good morning. Untouchable. Wainwright Day couldn't have gone any better. It would have gone a little bit better if he just did not give up those runs in the 5th. If he would have done that in the 6th, it would have been fine. Because I had the first 5 for the Cardinals. If he could have just held on for one more inning, that would have been fine. But nope, couldn't do that. Morning, Nick. Let's have a profitable day again. Thank you for sharing that about overs in today and games for Tuesday. Yeah, when we saw, I believe, 9 out of 10 games go over on Monday, I was definitely treading lightly. I didn't bet any unders yesterday, but I only bet 2 overs and split them out. I had the Houston over and I had the Mets over. I think that was the only 2 overs that I got to yesterday. Yeah, I know I got to the Chicago over as well. I went 2 and 1 on overs. You just had to pick your spots yesterday on where to go over the total. So those are just little things to keep in mind when everything hits on one day. Probably don't go back to it the next. Detroit Tigers and the Chicago Cubs here. The Tigers are minus 120 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Taking a look at this matchup, it's a good one. Tariq Skubal and Jameson Taillon. Jameson Taillon's been a little bit better as of late, but still not somebody I trust. A line opened up at a minus 115. It's up to a minus 123, so a line movement towards these Tigers here. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8 in this spot as well. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Tigers here in this spot here, looking at where the cash flow is coming in on this game. We have 62% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the under, so that kind of makes sense. We have 78% of the tickets and 69% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on Detroit here. Lines moved in that direction, though. Detroit's kind of something I was looking at here in this matchup. Taking a look at Ballpark Pal, see what type of hitting conditions we have here for Comerica Park. Plus 1% runs, minus 14% home runs, plus 4% double triples, plus 7% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, it is, I think, a pretty decent discrepancy. Jameson Taillon, 4.41 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 7.44 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 2.48 walks per 90, 306 BABIP, a 4.13 FIP, and a 4.57 Sierra. On the flip side, we have Tariq Skubal, who's been really good. 3.08 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 9.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%. 1.37 walks per nine, a 329 BABIP, but a 201 FIP and a 302 Sierra. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Cubbies, 3.97 FIP, 3.89 Sierra compared to 4.05 and 4.02. Hitting advantage does go towards the Tigers as well, 111 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 88, which is 19th. Now, when we look at this matchup here, the Cubs are not hitting lefties the way they're hitting righties, and I think this matchup sets up really well for Tariq Skubal in this spot. And I had Detroit circled last night that I wanted to bet them, and I am going to be betting them here. I'm grabbing them first five, though. So once again, same as the Cardinals in the last matchup, I don't trust their bullpen. The bullpen edge does go to the Cubbies in this one here, so I don't want the full 9 innings. I just want the first 5. I'm going to be grabbing Tigers here, early first 5. If I had first 3 available, I would be doubling up on the Tigers first 3, first 5. I think that Tariq Skubal comes out here and shoves. Chicago kind of struggles versus left-handed pitching, and I think this sets up really nice for Skubal. So Tigers for me. Tigers first 5 at minus 130. Where's Mo Harris? Then Brewers cashed me out yesterday. There you go. What's your favorite bet? I've only bet 3 things so far for this slate. I got the Cardinals first 5. I got the Tigers first 5. And last night I bet the Astros money line as well. Pass. Another pass there for Markel. Where we'll head to this matchup here, the Red Hot Mariners. The only problem is now they're minus 215 on the road with a total of 9.5. Let's get into it. We have George Kirby and Michael Kopech here. Line opened up at a 185. It's up to a minus 220, so it's a bit of pretty decent move towards the Mariners here. 35-cent move. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 110. It's now a 9.5 at minus 118. So move towards the over as well as the move to the Mariners here in this spot. Let's see if the cash flow represents that here between Mariners and White Sox. 80% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the over. And we have 93% of the tickets, 91% of the cash is all over the Mariners in this spot, which doesn't worry me because we've had a massive line move. Now, if this line stayed still, this is a White Sox spot. But with that being said, let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, and then we'll get into the pitching matchup, which is a pretty lopsided one. We have where we are not in Seattle. We are in Chicago. Guaranteed rate field, plus 18% runs, plus 33% home runs, 0% double triples, 5% singles. Pitching matchup is a pretty decent discrepancy. George Kirby, 3.19 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 8.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%. 0.8 walks per nine, a 272 BABIP, a 2.98 FIP, and a 3.32 Sierra. On the flip side, Kopech, 8.37 ERA, 1.94 WHIP, 5.7 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%, 7.23 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 935 FIP, and a 6.90 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Mariners here, 3.09 FIP, 3.52 Sierra compared to 4.79 and 4.05. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mariners as well, who are tearing the cover off the balls right now. 133 WRC plus, which is 3rd against righties compared to the White Sox, who can't hit anything. 82 WRC plus, which is 27th in baseball. I feel like this is just a pretty clear and obvious Mariners spot. It's going to be chalky, but I just want to go back to the Mariners in this one here, and I think they continue doing what they've been doing here. It's going to be very expensive, but I feel like they're worth it, and I'm gonna have a decent piece of the Mariners here today to keep it going. Mariners team total over 5.5 is something I'm interested in. Mariners first 5 minus a half at minus 135, and Mariners full game run line at minus 140. I mean, this is a White Sox team I'm just looking to fade, and this is a Mariners team for as long as they're going to be hot. let's keep riding them here. So it's going to be expensive here if you want to take the -2s or the -1s for the first 5 or something along those lines. You can, but I'm going team total over 5.5 -120. First 5 -0.5 -135, and full game -1.5 at -140. Very, very expensive. But with that being said, I think well worth it here with the Seattle Mariners team. I don't lay this type of juice with run lines often. I think this is another one of those games where the Mariners come out here and they win it, something along the lines of 8-2, 8-1, 10-1. This is not a team I particularly want to step in front of. And all of a sudden, they're 1 game behind the Rangers for first place in the American League West. They could be a half game out after tonight. The Rangers do not play, but the Astros do. And if they win and the Astros lose, they jump the Astros. So big game for the Mariners. I like the Mariners here. Big time. Team total over 5.5. First 5 run line, full game run line for me. Head back to the chat here. Detroit money line there for Mr. Goodnight Munchie. Yeah, I definitely like the Tigers in this spot. I prefer them first 5 though. Seattle run line, correct. They hot -2 Mariners. If you want to do that instead of having to lay the -140 run line, I have no problem with that. My favorite bet is Rockies money line. We will get into that in a little bit. I don't know if I'll be here for that, but we will get into that. I like the Rockies also. Would you take Andrew Abbott 6Ks? I don't really bet player props, so I don't know. I would have to look into it. I have a feeling White Sox money line. I hope not. Stop. Yeah. Morning, fellas. Give me some of those Mariners. Yep. Maybe even some Mariners team total over. And then the Tigers first 5 I'll take as well. There you go. We'll keep on moving on here. Minnesota Twins and Milwaukee Brewers. -135 for the Brewers. Total 7.5 in this game. Let's get up the line history here. Kenta Maeda and Corbin Burns. A pretty nice pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 142 here for the Mariners, or for the Brewers. It's down to a 137. Line opened up at an 8. It's down to a 7.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Twins here in this spot. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents a move towards the under and a move towards the Twins. And it does represent a move towards the under. 69% of the ticket, 71% of the cash is on this under, and it's gone from an 8 to a 7.5. That makes sense. 63% of the tickets and 75% of the cash is on the Brewers, and yet they're making it more appealing to bet the Brewers. Kind of tells me that the Twins could be a live dog in this game. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal in this one. American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 10% runs projected here. Kind of interesting. It's one of the top 3 projected ballparks, and the line's gone from an 8 to a 7.5. That's how much the pitchers have to play in this one, I think. 37% home runs, but -13% doubles, triples, plus 1% on the singles. Both these pitchers have been pretty good, and we have Kenta Maeda, 2.63 ERA, 1.02 WHIP. He's been awesome. 10.54 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 1.98 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 4.55 FIP, and a 3.56 ERA. On the flip side, Burns with a 3.23 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 8.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 3.82 walks per 9, a 218 BABIP, a 3.53 FIP, and a 4.33 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards Milwaukee here. The Brewers with a pretty strong bullpen, 4.52 FIP at a 3.80 SIERA compared to the Twinnies 5.09 and 4.13. Hitting advantage does go towards Minnesota as well, 117 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to Corbin Burns and the Brewers with a 84 WRC plus, which is 26 against righties. I think Corbin can pitch well in this game. I like Kenta. I think Kenta Maeda is pitching just as good as Burns right now. And the fact that all the money's coming in on the Brewers and the line's moving towards the Twins kind of makes me think the Twins are live in this matchup here. You can get the Twins here. What can we get the Twins at? Plus 108 for the first 5. And if you think it's going to be a lower scoring game, you can get first 5 plus a half at -130. I'm going to go ahead and just grab the first 5 plus 108 money line with the Minnesota Twins. I was on the Twins first 5 yesterday. They were up at the end of 5 innings. They blew the game late. I could see something similar in the spot as well. So I'm just going to stick to the first 5 here with Minnesota. In this one at plus 108. I like Kenta in this spot. Tim liking the under 8 here in this one. It is a really good pitching matchup, so I understand the look for the under 8. I think that's not a bad look. I was looking a little bit first 5 under, but yeah. Kenta Maeda K props. I could see that. Burns K prop 8 Ks. I could see that as well. First 5, Twins first 5 and first 5 under. If you want to play that game, it's a 4. That's the only problem. You can get the Twins first 5 plus a half at -130 and the first 5 under 4, and you can have it where it's 1-1, 2-2, or 1-1 and you put and you cash both, or 2-2 and you win one. So, I don't want it. Pass. Oh, they scratched Jack Flaherty. Thanks for letting me know that. Actually, dang, I wanted to fade Flaherty today. I really did. Dang. So do I just list action then? Do I just bet the Jays now and list action? Who's going to be the starter is the question. This line moved to 7.5. Yeah, it did. Pass. Good news. Dean isn't. Oh, it's going to be Dean Kramer. They're moving him up a day. And Nerfy for Juan here. Yeah, the Jays game is not until later in the slate, but that's an interesting. That's definitely news that needs to be known there. KC Royals and the Oakland Athletics marquee matchup of the day. -125 for the Royals, trying to avoid the sweep here. Total of 9 in this one. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, it's going to be Cole Reagans and Martinez here for the Oakland A's. Let me take a look to see what type of information I can find on Martinez, or are they going to have this under? It's Adrian Martinez, and he's mainly going to be a bullpen guy. This is an opener. This is probably a bullpen day for the Oakland Athletics here in this spot. -1, and then Cole Reagans is somebody I do like. Let's take a look at the line history where the line opened up at -120. It's up to a -123, so a small move towards these Royals. Line opened up at a 9 -120, and it's now on a 9 -110. So a small move towards the under and a small move towards the Royals here in this spot. We have no cash flow in this game. I got 89% of the tickets are on the Royals and nothing for the total, no cash flow or anything like that for anything. So not really much market to go over here in this one. Cole Reagans has been awesome since coming to KC. 2.66 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 12.55 strikeouts per nine, which is 33%, 3.04 walks per nine, a 4.07 BABIP, but a 2.04 FIP and a 3.21 Sierra. Open advantage does go towards Oakland in this spot. 5.03 FIP, 4.96 Sierra compared to 5.73 and 4.67. I like Cole Reagans here to pitch well. And the hitting advantage also does go towards the Royals here. I think they can give him some run support. 120 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 87, which is 21st. I kind of like KC in this spot. Cole Reagans, I think, is a bet-on pitcher for the Royals here at the moment. And I think there's some value here potentially with the Royals in the first 5 innings here in this spot, where you can get the Royals first 5. It's -138 though. The Royals are not particularly somebody I'm looking to lay close to that -140 range on. So I think this may be just a stay off spot for me, but it's a lean towards the Royals here in this spot against the Oakland bullpen day. Welcome, Tim.
Hello, and I get to come into the best game on the slate.
Of course you do.
And I think for this one,
Stop it. Get some help.
I would play that one on loop a bunch of times, but I know you're on a time crunch. I'm going to stay completely away from this game. I don't want to deal with a bullpen game in a 1-800-GAMBLER. It's already 1-800-GAMBLER enough. So this one, I come in here and I'm going to be boring right off the rip and say I'm passing.
Lame.
Yeah.
All right. Head over to the chat there, and now that you're here, I can track a couple of my plays.
Okay, I'm going to ask you where you were left off because I was not here.
Unbelievable. That one. What's your thoughts real quick? They scratched Flaherty. Dean Kramer's game moved up a day.
That's a stupid question, isn't it?
True.
It's Dean Kramer Day over in Baltimore.
Yeah. A's going for the sweep.
Oh, wow. I don't see that comment.
It's under this one? No?
Oh, I see the Nerfy one. I did not see the other. So, okay. I did not see that other one, but okay, that's fine. 1-800 of 3 teams in a bullpen over or nothing passed. Ready to take the over? maybe, but I'm not really interested in going after that.
Maybe a KC team total.
What's up? Oh, well, do you like the Brewers? I like the under, which from the first couple of games of what I'm hearing, Seattle run line, even though it's very, very juicy, we're just going to take it today. It's minus 132. And then under in the Twins game?
That one's a tricky one. I just want the Twins first 5.
All right, so just Seattle run line at the moment. Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll go on to the next game.
Yo, let me get back to StreamYard. Philadelphia Phillies and the San Francisco Giants. The Phillies minus 125 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Let's get started. The line history here between San Fran and Philly, between Cobb and Lorenzen. Line opened up at a 135. It's down to a 127. Line opened up at a 9 at plus 105. It is still a 9 at plus 105. So move towards the Phillies and no move on the total here in this spot. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 62% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on this over, and the line's not moved. We have 76% of the tickets and 98% of the cash is on the Philadelphia Phillies. And I believe this line's moved towards the Giants, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember that right. Yeah, the line's moved towards San Fran. I think I may have said Phillies. I misspoke there. Take a look at the ballpark pal here. What type of hitting conditions we have at Citizens Bank Park, and actually it's minus 2%, plus 2% for home runs, minus 5% for doubles, triples, 0% singles, minus 2% overall. Michael Lorenzen taking on Alex Cobb here in this one. Cobb, 5.93 ERA, 1.39 whip, 7.24 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 2.3 walks per 9, a 3.13 BABIP, a 5.50 FIP, and a 4.06 ERA. On the flip side, Michael Lorenzen with a 3.91 ERA, 1.03 whip, 6.39 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.49 walks per 9, a 2.33 BABIP, a 3.7 FIP, and a 4.88 SIERA. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Giants here, 3.98 FIP, 3.81 SIERA compared to 4.17 and 4.15. Hitting advantage goes towards Philadelphia here, 119 WRC plus, which is 6, compared to 68, which is dead last against lefties. The Giants are just playing simply not hitting lefties. I wanted to find a way to back the Giants in this game. I really did. The market is screaming Giants here, but can you trust a team that is currently the last 30 days against left-handed pitching? I'm going to say no, and that's just going to lead me to stay off this game. I wanted to find a way to back San Fran, but I couldn't here, so pass.
Yeah, I would lean towards Philly, actually. Michael Lorenzen's been really good since joining the club. And although he's only started 3 games, he did get lit up his last time, but that was after the no-hitter. So I'm going to sign that one off, and we were on the opposite side for that one anyway. But he's been good since coming to Philly. If you take out his last start, and I think at home, where he hasn't given up a hit at home yet, I think he's going to have a solid start today. This is a Giants team that's just we are expecting a couple of teams to fall out of that wild card race, and the Giants are doing so. Because I believe now the Giants are not in a playoff spot, or they're only up a half game or something like that. Because I think Arizona's back in a wild card spot after last night. I'm pulling up the standings now. It's just fun to watch the wild card just kind of get shuffled around. It's a different 3 teams every single day. Wild card. Let's see. It is currently Philly, Chicago, and Arizona, with San Fran and Cleveland half game back and Miami a full game back. And then San Diego 6, Mets 7, and Washington 7.5. But I would lean towards Philly. They've been just playing a lot better baseball lately, and I like Michael Lorenzen. I think he's gonna have a solid game.
Back to the chat.
Yes. Would you take the under in the Mets game? I have to go to work. I would maybe I'll lean that way. But the Mets have good numbers against Morton. So I don't know.
Yeah.
F that job. Kramer and Gomber Day, small 2-team moneyline parlay, Baltimore, Colorado. Is it actually Austin Gomber Day? Because I know the pitcher wasn't announced.
Yeah, Austin Gomber, he's somebody that trips me up because his numbers are not very good.
Austin Gomber Day. All right. Phillies swooping today. I could see it. Giants money line. Good luck. I can't bet this team not hitting. Yeah, the Giants are just not hitting right now. Since Kramer pitching, I could see that game going over 8. Yes, over in Baltimore. That's what it is for Kramer Day. But we'll head to this game, Nick, which I really like this game.
Yeah, this is game 1 of a doubleheader too. The Angels and the Reds, minus 160 for the Angels, total of 8.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this spot here between LA and Cincinnati, Shohei Ohtani and Andrew Abbott. Line opened up at a 155. It's up to a 161, so the line has moved towards the Angels here. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It's up to an 8.5 minus 1 to 4, so a slight move towards the over and a slight move towards the Angels, suggesting that maybe Abbott gets hit a little bit today. We have 82% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved up, telling me that the over could be a decent look here. 60% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the Reds. The line's moved slightly towards the Angels. So kind of an interesting market here for this game. Andrew Abbott's, ballpark pal for Angel Stadium in this one here, minus 1% runs. Plus 9%. Oh, no, that's the late game. Plus 7% runs, plus 19% home runs, minus 5% doubles, triples, plus 2% singles. Pitching matchup here, Abbott, 4.91 ERA, 1.56 whip, 10.87 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 3.16 walks per 93, 94 BABIP, but a 3.42 FIP and a 3.85 SIERA. On the flip side, Shohei Ohtani, trying to see how much he's pitched recently here because, he has a 0 ERA and a 0.74 whip. I don't know how much he's pitched recently, though.
I think he's pitched a little. I think he pitches, every 6 days? So he's been pitching.
Those lines. Yeah.
I
want to try to find his pitching log, but
the last 30 days he started 3 times.
He hasn't started, or he hasn't pitched since August 9th.
They skipped his last start.
Okay.
But no earned runs in his last 3 starts against Detroit, Seattle, and San Fran.
Yeah, he's been good on the mound. On the flip side, Andrew Abbott, we already went over Andrew Abbott. And then the bullpen advantage goes towards the Reds in this game, 4.55 FIP for Sierra compared to 504 and 436. Hitting advantage goes towards the Reds here, 86 WRC plus, which is 24th, compared to 75, which is 23rd for the Angels. I'm kind of leaning Angels early here. Angels first 5 minus a half, something along those lines. I don't think I'm going to get to it in this spot, but that would be my lean at the moment, backing Ohtani on this spot. I don't really trust either of these offenses to put up any runs, though, because both these teams have fallen off offensively. So it's I think a pretty simple pass for me in this spot.
Yeah, I actually did this game part of balling out, and I'm backing Andrew Abbott. I just can't back the Angels at minus 170. The fact that they're that big of favorites is kind of – I know it's Ohtani, but this team still sucks. 3-7 their last 10. And we haven't seen Ohtani pitch in 2 weeks. Yes, he's still hitting every day, but he hasn't pitched in 2 weeks. I think he might come out a little bit rusty in this one. And I like it. I like Abbott. As I mentioned when he was first starting, I said I kind of want to back this kid. And the Reds have shown him love. They've won 5 out of his last 6 starts, and the only one that didn't was that ugly game when he allowed 6 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 hits, and 5 2/3 innings versus Washington. Other than that, he has been great, and I think he's going to have a good day today against a struggling Angels team. I'm on the Reds on the money line.
Yeah, this was a pretty easy stay off spot for me.
There you go. Dodgers, Kershaw versus Curry. Colin Curry. We'll see.
I hit with the Guardians last night. I ended up adding the Guardians late. I don't know about that game though.
Over in the Rays game. I could see an over in the Rays game. Mets will win today. Atlanta lineup looks fishy. Atlanta can still put up big runs even with secondary players. Took Tani K-Prop over. I just don't know if he goes deep enough. I could see the Reds winning. Me too. It was all shit talking about the Blue Jays red uniform that did me yesterday. Blue Jays strike again. I strongly dislike them.
Too bad they blew a 2-run lead in the 5th inning.
Yeah, they still won the game, which is not good. Yeah, Otani Day, Nerfy, and would be Angels' first 5, Reds full game. I could see that.
I can very well see Otani goes out there 7 innings, strikes out 12 batters, gives up no earned runs on 3 hits, and the Angels lose 4-3 because the bullpen gives it up late.
That sounds like an Angels type deal. 100%.
Yep.
Abbott and Otani K-props. I don't know if I would do Abbott props, but I like Abbott, but I don't really do props, so I'm not really the right person to ask for that. Let's head to this game, Nick, which I actually like this game too.
Yeah, we have San Diego and Miami. This is the last of the afternoon action. Minus 130 for the Padres with a total of 7.5 in this game. I was looking a little bit towards Miami yesterday. Never pulled the trigger on it. That line just seemed a little wide. Now let's take a look at the one here between Alcantara and Lugo. Lugo, the favorite here, it opened up at a minus 120. It's up to a minus 129. So the lines moved towards towards the Padres here in the spot. Line opened up at a 7.5, and it's still a 7.5. So no movement on the total. Movement towards the Padres on the side. 86% of the tickets and 73% of the cash is on these Marlins. A little bit of a public dog here, the Miami Marlins. 32% of the tickets, 55% of the cash is on the under. The line has not moved for the total wise. Looking at ballpark, pal, Petco Park, second worst hitting conditions on the slate, minus 6% runs, plus 2% home runs, minus 8% doubles, triples, minus 5% singles. The pitching matchup here, kind of an interesting one. Alcantara and Lugo. Alcantara 2.13 ERA, 0.84 WHIP, 8.29 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 1.18 walks per 90, 216 BABIP, a 3.87 FIP, and a 3.27 SIERA. On the flip side, Seth Lugo, 4.45 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, 10.16 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 2.54 walks per 90, 314 BABIP, 4.26 FIP, and a 4.58 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Padres here. 3.72 FIP, 3.87 SIERA compared to 4.02 and 4.01. And the hitting advantage goes towards the Padres here. 95 WRC plus, which is 19th, compared to 94, which is 21st. I originally had the Marlins' first 5 written down for this game. And seeing the way the lines moved and how Miami is turned into a public underdog, I'm going to just stay off this game. Because when you have that many, this is one where the market definitely takes me off. When you have 87% of the tickets and 74% of the cash on you, and the line's moving the other way, it tells me the Padres probably win this game, and they win this game by margin. So it's a pass for me. I originally had the Marlins written down, but no play here.
Cool. Might have given out the Marlins money line for falling out yesterday. So I like Sandy Alcantara. He's actually started to look a little bit more like himself lately. And the Marlins have won his last 2 starts. So that's good. That's good to see after they lost 6 out of 7 starts that he pitched. So the Marlins are starting to look better when he's pitching. And I just don't trust Seth Lugo. I know he's a former Met, supposed to support my boy, but he's been up and down. He could definitely get lit up, although he had a good start his last time out against the Diamondbacks. That was a struggling Diamondbacks team at the time. I like the Marlins in this one. I know you just said that they're a public dog. I don't really care. I'll grab the Marlins at plus 105 at a pick 'em. It's essentially a pick 'em at this point.
Yeah, they're slight dogs, but I mean, I understand it. It's just one spot where I wanted to back the Marlins. I really did. Just like I can't with the way that line moved.
Yeah. What about Detroit game?
I have the Tigers first 5.
Yeah, you know I kind of like the Cubbies, but it is what it is. How you feel about that? I lean Cubbies. I didn't bet it. It's the Tigers first 5. Thanks. F the Padres. Those clowns stank up my normal parlays and same game parlays. Rough. take Miami. Of course, usual Miami Nerfy and the Marlins first 5. Sounds like Miami might go over. You never know. You never know. Might be a sneaky over. It is Sandy Alcantara and Lugo. I can see an over. Miami's still fighting to get into the playoffs. It's Miami been playing better. I mean, yeah. So are the Phillies. Or sorry, Padres. Right. I don't need it. So much for boys. Yankee over. Absolutely not.
I was actually going to say, yeah, why not?
Why not? Because the Yankees in their losing streak are batting a solid 176. Unless you think they're going to be letting up a crap ton of runs, then maybe look at a team total for the Natties. But
here's the thing with the Yankees is they get to face a lefty today, which they are mashing lefties. So we'll get to that later.
Lefties to an 0-9 record their last 9 games.
Well, over the last 30 days, they're number 2 in baseball at the 161 WRC class.
You know what we are going to talk about, though, Nick?
The Tampa Bay Rays and the
Colorado
Day.
Rockies.
Yeah, minus 265 for the Rays, total of 8 in this one. Rays run line never in doubt yesterday. That was an easy winner. Let's get into this one here, though. Aaron Savali and Austin Gomber. This line opened up at a 260. It's up to a 270. So it's a 10-cent line movement towards Tampa. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So a move towards the under and a move towards Tampa in this one here. And 61% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the under. So that makes sense. 72% of the tickets are on Rays. No cash flow on this one. 86% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the run line for the Rays here as well. The lines move slightly towards the Tampa Bay Rays. All checks out there. Tropicana Field, the normal minus 6%. Hitting conditions. Aaron Savali, I get it. Or not Aaron Savali. Austin Gomber, I get it. Yeah, the Rockies are winning his games. He's a big dog, whatever. He's not good. Like, as a pitcher himself, he's not good. 3.18 ERA, 1.48 whip, but only 4.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 12%. 2.86 walks per 9, a 3.40 BABIP, 3.8 FIP, and a 5.61 SIERA. On the flip side, Aaron Savali's been actually pretty good. 1.84 ERA, 1.19 whip, 6.14 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 2.18 walks per 9, a 3.12 BABIP, but 2.52 FIP, and a 4.67 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards these Rays. 4.16 FIP, 3.74 SIERA compared to 5.62 and 4.85. Both these teams are hitting 93 WRC plus on the last 30 days. Rays against lefties and Rockies against righties. Rockies do hit righties better than they hit lefties. But this is a spot here for me where I wanted to back Tampa. I'm just probably priced out of it. And I know everybody loves Gomber. Maybe if you like the Rockies, you only take them first 5. There's no way you can take this team full game. Their bullpen is one of the worst in baseball. And if you're truly backing Gomber, it's the first 5 for the Rockies. I would lean maybe towards an under, seeing that both these teams are not hitting particularly great right now. But once again, I don't really trust Gomber to keep the runs down. I think he sometimes gets decent run support. So for me, this is Rays or nothing and under or nothing, and it's a nothing. And I think the Rays sweep the series.
Boo! I'm sorry. It's Gomber Day, Nick. He's the 6th most profitable pitcher in baseball. 13-12, up 7.003. Only guys in front of him: Dean Kramer, Tajon Walker, Andrew Abbott, Trevor Williams, and Brian Balow.
It's amazing how many of those pitchers are complete shit.
How many of those pitchers are on bad teams and
they win a couple games as dogs and they get jumped up the standings.
They win games. And I've been backing Mr. Gomber for a little bit, and you already know it's a day, and it's Austin Gomber Day. So I am on Colorado. I'm grabbing that big price tag. I can get a plus 247. So I'm grabbing some Colorado Rockies action today. Austin Gomber Day. Whoop whoop.
You can have fun with that. I head back to the chat. I'm adjusting one thing in my spreadsheet for next game. I have to switch it over to Mr. Kramer.
Nats first 5. Yes. Nats. Yes. Severino's ass. Yes. Yankees smash lefties indeed. Yeah, but I'm not really too worried about a team that's hitting 176 over the last 9 days. Run it back, Tampa. We love you. No, thank you. -2 or 3. Tampa scares the shit out of me yesterday. LOL. I kept thinking about what was someone in chat yesterday talking shit back in the Rockies. All right. How do you feel about White Sox versus Seattle? Seattle run line -132. I don't lay that much juice. We did today. I got Seattle run line. Yes. Rockies first 5 full game. Yes. Can Rockies back their pitcher with some scoring? That's the question. I think so. Happy Gomber Day. Happy Gomber Day to you as well. Sparks are 10.5-point favorites now. The line opened up at 6.5. Now 10.5 is a lot. I didn't even touch that game because last night there was no line for it. Wow. It's on a neutral site. I'm probably just gonna stay off that game. I'm probably not betting WNBA tonight. I think WNBA went good last night though. 3-1 on the site. I believe it was. Versus a lefty, the Rockies could. There you go. It's my boy Mackey. Yeah. First 5 in full game, especially with the Nationals on the road. If I'm gonna back the Nationals, it's going. Sorry. Nope. Sorry, I was just looking at Nationals. I still like. Oh yeah, Mackey. Yeah, you're talking Nationals. Yeah, I like the Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we got 5 games left. Nick, how long can you stay?
I want to move the Mets game up because I do want to touch on that one, and I want to touch on this one. So I might rapid fire through the next 2 games. Toronto Blue Jays and Baltimore Orioles, -125 for the Blue Jays, total of 8 in this game. Now, obviously, there was a pitching change in this matchup here, which resulted in about a 4-cent line movement towards the Blue Jays. And it resulted in a move from 8.5. Nope, 8 -110 to an 8 -107. So it caused a 3-cent line movement towards the under and a little bit of move towards the Blue Jays. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go over the cash flow because that's useless, and we don't know any of that. We're just going to go right into the pitching matchup here, and actually, we're going to go to Ballpark Pal first at Oriole Park plus 7% runs, plus -15% home runs, plus 6% doubles, triples, plus 12% singles. Going over to the pitching matchup here, Gausman, 3.57 ERA, 1.41 whip, 9.93 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 3.18 walks per 9, a 3.55 BABIP, but a 3.27 FIP and a 3.97 CR, suggesting he's getting unlucky. On the flip side, Dean Kramer, 3.38 ERA, 1.19 whip, 7.06 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 3.68 walks per 9, a 2.38 BABIP, a 4.26 FIP, and a 5.04 Sierra. Bullpens are about a toss-up, in my opinion, here. And then, there's 3.48 FIP, 3.68 Sierra for the Orioles, 3.64 and 3.7 for the Jays. Hitting advantage goes slightly towards the Orioles, 101 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to the Blue Jays 91, which is 23rd. Now, looking at this spot for me, I see an obvious pitching advantage here, and I know you like Dean Kramer. Kevin Gausman is by far the better pitcher in this matchup.
Yes.
It's not particularly close. And I expect this to be an ace-level performance here from Mr. Gausman. I like the Jays here in this spot. I'm gonna take the Jays first 5 full game, -135 and -126 with Gausman. I expect Gausman to shove here, and I could see the Jays getting to Mr. Kramer here. And I know everybody here loves Kramer, but I think he gets hit today against the Jays in this spot. And the Jays go for back-to-back wins. And potentially at the end of the night, we're talking about a Baltimore Orioles team that's only leading the American League East by 1 game.
The Rays are essentially a lock to catch back up. So
no, they're not. I mean, they've lost McClanahan. They've lost all those pieces. They lost Wander Franco. No, this is still
I know you're getting in. Shut up.
That are not in a good spot, but still, I'm going to double down here on the Blue Jays here. First 5 in full game, -135 and -126 full game. I like, and I wanted to fade Flaherty too. Like Flaherty was actually, I wanted to fade Flaherty more than Kramer. Honestly, Flaherty I think is overrated. But yeah, for me, Jays first 5 full game, and I'm going to quickly touch on this Mets game, and before I head out because. If we go back to the chat and everything, I won't have enough time. New York Mets and Atlanta Braves. Line opened up at a minus 200. It's down to a minus 194. So a 6-cent line movement towards the Mets. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 110. It's up to a 9.5 minus 119. So a move towards the Mets and a move towards the over, suggesting that Mr. Chucky is vulnerable here. 84% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the over in this spot here. We have 87% of the tickets and 74% of the cash is on the Braves. And the line is moved towards the Mets. And looking at this spot here, we have a pitching matchup here between Jose Quintana and Charlie Morton. Quintana has been okay since his return, 2.93 ERA, 1.27 whip, 6.46 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 4.11 walks per 90, 264 BABIP, a 363 FIP, and a 5.47 SIERA. Morton is just one of those, he goes out there, he eats innings every 5 games. 4.32 ERA, 1.72 whip, 9.72 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 7.2 walks per nine, which is an awful lot, 308 BABIP, a 543 FIP, and a 5.60 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Braves. 3.69 FIP, 3.70 SIERA compared to 4.87 and 4.32. Hitting advantage also goes towards Atlanta, 144 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 110, which is 10th. But I'm interested in the Mets here. I am interested in New York. I think this is a spot where the Mets, after losing yesterday, I think Quintana pitches well in this one. And I think the Mets can get to good old Chucky here. So I'm actually gonna take two positions on the Mets here before I head on out. Mets team total over 3.5 minus 140. Mets first 5 money line at plus 160. I'm gonna go ahead and grab both those there for that matchup. But I'm going to head on out here.
Real quick, Nick. Over in Baltimore.
I think Gausman shoves. So no.
I don't. Okay. I guess that's fine.
All right.
You have a good one, Nick. We'll go back to this one because I didn't get to talk about it yet. But it's Kramer Day. And I think that's pretty simple to make me big now. There we go. It's Kramer Day. I like the Orioles. I like the over. You go and look at the numbers behind the over and Kramer. Kramer is the most profitable pitcher in baseball. The Orioles are 18-7 when he pitches, up 12.25. And then Kramer has actually dropped off a little bit on the overs list. Wow, yeah. Nope, he's still third, 65%, which is 15-8 to the over. So he's one of the biggest over pitchers in baseball. He's one of the he is the most profitable pitcher in baseball. The Orioles are the most profitable team in baseball. Yeah. I'm on the Orioles, and I'm on the over in that one. And then real quickly, because Nick touched on it already, Mets and the Braves. If there's 2 pitchers I trust on this Mets rotation, one of them is Senga. The other one is Jose Quintana. Since coming back, he's been pretty solid. And the Mets have good numbers versus Charlie Morton. I understand the Braves being minus 190 favorites at home. But I like the Mets. I like the Mets at a little bit of a price tag in this one. And when you look at it, the Mets have actually been playing quite well as of late. They've won 7 out of their last 10. Granted, so have the Braves. But I'm going after the Mets at a decent sized price tag in this one as well. So Baltimore over and the Mets. Maybe Nats first 5. Yes. Kershaw, do I go back to the Dodgers again? I don't know. I kind of lean Cleveland, but I'll look at that one more in a minute. Good question. How dare you even bring up that disgusting name, Juan? Kershaw? Is Kershaw the disgusting name? Kramer Day. Cream rises to the top. You're dang right. It does. Baltimore first 5. Full game, small reverse run line. Let's get it. Good morning, ESB. Good morning. No Gausman revenge spot. Did Gausman used to pitch for? Gausman was a Baltimore Oriole. He was a Baltimore Oriole for a while. Huh. Along with Atlanta, Cincinnati. Oh, there you go. No, I still think they hit him a little bit. Jays first 5, like yesterday again. Yo. Sup, Joe. Sparks and under, nothing too special. I'm going to stay off that game. 0-2 last night in the WNBA. Move forward. Dang right. Alternative run line, Blue Jays -2. No, thank you. How did you do last night? Quintana under runs, yes. Mets first 5 under, yes. Hey, hopefully everything's going well. It's going good, Am. Welcome back to the stream. Mercury are live dogs. I don't know. I know those two are out, but Sparks have some serious key players out also on Mercury to win. Good luck. I went Mystics and Storm. I was on the Sky yesterday. I was on the Mystics as well. Cameron, gross. I was also on the I had the Mystics spread, so go. Let's get it. Mystics played a lot better than I thought. They covered. Detroit game, probably gonna get rain. Okay, good to know. Reds, Nats, and Padres Nerfy. There you go. He means Wander. Did he actually mention Wander? Okay, I don't see it, but it killed me for 2 years. Just to stay off. Smashed Mariners, Dodgers, and nice. There you go. Baltimore switch pitchers. Yeah, yes it is. Yes, yes. Tim, longtime Orioles fan. He was once with us during Bucks last year. Gotcha. Yeah, I just looked up his resume. I saw that. Same one, but did the Braves did the same thing? We jumped back on them. We cashed. Well, hopefully you don't cash on the Braves today. Because F the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. That's right. Insane overlap in Atlanta. Yeah, I was on the under. Wings choked. I was on the Chicago. So let's head to this game, and I'm ready to keep fading. I'm ready to keep fading the Yanks. In this one, we look at it. The Nationals are against the Yankees. Yankees are minus 135 with a total of 8.5. And it's Severino taking on Mackenzie Gore. And this Nationals team is just winning games. Mackenzie Gore's been good or he's been bad. There's not really an in-between for him, but most of his good starts are at home. Not really too concerned about that. I like the Natties in this game. You get a Yankee team that's lost 9 straight games for the first time since 1982. They have not been good for a little while, but just wait until Judge gets back. Oh, wait, no. I am fully involved in the Natties today on the money line. I faded the Yankees enough, so if I do lose a game fading the Yankees, it is what it is. I'm just going to keep fading them because they keep losing games. So go ahead, give me the Natties in this one. I'll grab them on the money line around the plus 135 area. Sign me up for some Nationals action. Yes, Natties. Yes, Natties. To the Dodgers and the Guardians. Dodgers minus 210 with a total of 8. In this one, you get Clayton Kershaw taking on Jazavion Curry. And I looked at this one. I kind of lean Guardians. Guardians, decent at home. They're a lot better at home than on the road, obviously. They have not looked that great as of late, but they won the last start. Curry's won his last start, which was nice against Detroit. It's just I don't trust Kershaw right now. Although he's had some good starts, he's only pitched twice since coming back from that long stint. But he was against Milwaukee and Colorado. I guess Cleveland's kind of a similar team. I'm going to probably end up staying off of it, but I do kind of lean towards Curry and the Guardians in this one. Probably not going to get too involved in that game, though. First 5, okay. I love seeing the Yankees in the dumpster. Sorry, not sorry. I love seeing the Yankees in the dumpster, too. So, yeah. I took the Yanks. I ain't afraid to type it out loud. Good luck, Cameron. Good luck. We'll head to the final game that we have up and ready to go, which is the Red Sox and the Astros. It's a pick 'em with a total of 9, and I believe the Astros are going for the sweep. and possibly to try to take over first place. They are going for the sweep and going to try to take over first place in the American League West, or tie for it, because Texas doesn't play today. I like this one. I want to go after Houston. I don't trust Chris Sale. I don't remember when was the last time Chris Sale pitched. He probably pitched like a week ago, and it's not even a big deal. August 17th and August 11th. So a week ago. He's started twice. He's allowed 4 earned runs in 9 innings. I want to go after Houston going for the sweep. Coming into the series, Houston was struggling. Boston was playing well. Now it's kind of flipped around. I like Houston to get the job done in this one. Jose Urquidy's been up and down, but going for a sweep. I love going after teams going for sweeps, meaning they're on a little bit of winning streaks. They're playing well. So I'll go ahead. I'll jump on the Houston Astros in this one to end my card. Nats over 9. I could see it. Boston money line. I'm going Houston. I still need to listen to Ballin' Out. Get it done. That Texas-Arizona series already over. Yes, it is. Arizona looked good. In that. But that's all of the games for today. We'll go ahead and do a quick little recap before we head on out. Or housekeeping, I should say. Oh, and I have to. I need to have Nick here.
Housekeeping.
Check out all links in the description below, including those big 4. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of those linked down below. We're trying to grow all of those platforms. Really, really important, especially with football season starting on Saturday. Speaking of football and then eventually college basketball, bang. Monthly, not a monthly, but the membership on YouTube. It's like a Twitch subscription, $4.99 a month. We'll be starting to do member-only videos starting probably on Friday for the Saturday slate of college football, because we're probably not doing a show for college football. Those will be all for the members. So if you guys are interested in grabbing the college football, NFL, and then the college basketball pass or college basketball member-only videos, which we'll probably do 3 to 4 of those a week for some of the bigger cards. Make sure you guys, if you're interested in that, $4.99 a month, become a member of the channel. Support it. I believe that's 16 cents a day. Go ahead, become a member of the Earle Sports Bets channel. Let's head back to the chat before I fully do a recap. Things are getting weird when we're fading Sale. No, we fade Sale. And I don't like your Queedy. That's fair. I'm going to take the over in the Astros game. I could see that. Good luck, everybody. Same. See ya. Good luck. Same to everybody. Is there college football before Saturday? No. It starts on Saturday. First game is at 2:30 between Notre Dame and Navy. Natty's team total over first. Natty's team total over first 5. That's a high total. Or you want the Nationals and Yankee team. I got you. But recap time. I kind of like Pittsburgh today. Seattle run line. I like the under in the Brewers game. I kind of lean Philly. I like the Reds. I like the Marlins. I like the Rockies. Over and Baltimore. I like the Mets, Natties, and the Astros. It's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll see you guys next time.